right, the elderly here, yeah, they can be scary. Yeah, no offense to the elderly. Some are very nice, but yeah, they can be scary. So let's see what kind of scariness they have for us here. Um, with the IMDb plot, I'm not going to say this guy's name because he has a really weird name, but I'll just say name, who enters into a state of dementia after sudden suicide of his wife, sparking a series of paranormal events that will put his family's lives at risk. All right, yeah, this is quite a name. I'm not even gonna say it, but when you guys catch this, you can catch his name and figure that out. Um, anyway, I was sent, let's get this off the top. I was sent a screener for this one. So we'll put that out there so you guys know. And also, this is a fairly new movie, so we'll try to keep this as spoiler free as possible. This is also a Spanish film. So I guess if you speak Spanish, understand Spanish, it's all good for you. For the rest of us, you're going to have to read some subtitles, which is okay. I got a kick out of when the main title it came up and it said viejos. So yeah, I got a kick out of that. No, I don't naturally speak Spanish, so just to let you know why I got a kick out of that. But anyway, let's just jump right into this. Yeah, early on, you're just going to, I guess, kind of get an introduction to, I guess, this small town here. And it looks like something's going on with some of the old people here, and especially in this kind of these couple of apartment buildings or apartments, and they keep raising the temperature. I guess in the area is kind of getting hotter, and that plays a role in what's going on here. And early on in the movie, you see this guy's wife kind of acting strange, doing some strange things. And then she proceeds to kind of get closer and closer to this window before going off of it. And they almost make it seem like you don't really know whether, her husband, they're both kind of in this trance, and you see a little bit of him as she's doing this, and then you see him in the window. So you're almost thinking, did he push or did she just jump? You're not really 100% sure, or at least maybe I wasn't 100% sure, whatever. So yeah, she lands splat in the middle of the street there, and that's not good. So the rest of the family has to come and pick up the pieces, and specifically this guy's son, who's obviously an old he has his own family now. He has a daughter and wife who are going to play a role in the film, and they have to pick up the pieces. They have to kind of take, we'll call him Grandpa, take Grandpa in now and kind of make sure he's okay, and kind of go through the burial and let's say goodbye to Grandma kind of thing. So they have to do that. So as that kind of goes on, you see kind of Grandpa kind of go in and out of these states. Like he just acts a little bit out of it, acts a little weird. He spends a little time with the daughter here. He's kind of normal in some points, and then it's just odd. And then kind of as the movie kind of goes around, they're gonna show some other elderly people here, and they're gonna also act odd, do weird things. You're kind of like, are they just being old, or is something weird happening here? Some of the old people are gonna look scarier than others. Some of them just look funny at other people. It kind of reminds me of some other horror movies we see. Kind of, you kind of glimpse by that. They'll have that one shot or a couple of shots of those, some old person just there, and you're kind of wondering, are they part of this, or are they just trying to make a creepy moment here, or trying to freak you out with the old person? Again, no offense to old people, but yeah, it works sometimes. So yeah, you're just gonna see kind of these glimpses of elderly people and kind of be creepy there from time to time. And what this movie's gonna do is it's really gonna take its time and kind of build and build and build. until Grandpa's gonna do what Grandpa's gonna do. I don't want to give, like I said, give away too much spoilers and too much. But yeah, there's just going to be this odd, creepy vibe going on throughout the movie, and like I said, Grandpa's going to be there and not there throughout, in his behavior, and then weird stuff is going to happen. Obviously, the dad is you know trying to do his best in the situation. He's sad that mom is dead, and he's really trying to just think that Grandpa's just acting the way he is because he's old, and so forth, and Grandpa just has his issues. But the daughter and the mother are kind of thinking otherwise, and kind of goes in that direction. So the daughter, then it kind of swings a little bit more to the daughter, and the daughter is kind of seeing that maybe it's not just Grandpa that weird stuff is happening to. She's there with another gentleman. She calls him his boyfriend, but I think just does that to annoy the father. I don't really think that he was a boyfriend, but they kind of do a little bit of digging, and then she has a lot of these visions, and some of the creepiness in the movie kind of happens also when she's having these visions or thoughts, and again, involving old people, and hence the title elderly. So yeah, so you're gonna get kind of that mixed in, as well as these shots of just old people here and there, kind of building and building and building. Again, if you're reading the subtitles, whenever I guess someone's having an interaction with an old person, that's a good time to kind of pay attention. There's, one scene where there's an old man, and he's going to kind of fill you in. There's something bigger happening here, which I don't want to give away. I don't want to spoil it for you guys. But, there's going to be made mention of kind of, why the elderly are acting the way they are and what is going on there. And then certainly as we get into it, there's definitely something much bigger that happens at the end of this movie. And, I was kind of shocked at how big it got again. I don't know if I missed something along the lines in the translation or so forth. You kind of get that vibe that something's going on here, but I guess it didn't seem to be as big, but I guess it is big once the major final kind of scene kind of happens there. So let's see what else to say about this. It's always, when it's subtitled and whatever, it's kind of always hard to see the acting and so forth. But I kind of like the way it was shot. It is a mix. You get some parts in the day, some parts more in the night. But just the look of the film was good. Again, I don't want to give away the end, but I was a little surprised with how big, I guess, they made everything that was happening ended up being a lot bigger than I thought. But yeah, you're gonna have to sit and be a little patient with it. Like I said, it's just gonna be a lot of let's show a lot of creepy old people moments. But that something's going to happen, especially with Grandpa. That something is definitely going to happen. So you're just going to have to be patient, read through your subtitles there, and until we get to what happens, and then then the fun's gonna happen. I always like to mention if there is any blood and guts. There is some in here. Again, not huge on it. In the early on, you do get to see Grandma go splat on the pavement there. You get to see a little bit of blood there. Yes, poor Grandma. But there is a little bit, not huge amounts here in that respect. I think they just try to present the old people as creepy as they can. And even may try to scare you a couple of times. So if you're maybe looking for some jump scares, not a ton, but certainly maybe some. I think there's some mixed in here. And again, if for some reason or not, old people scare you or freak you out, this might be also for you. So I know that this one is um, just coming out, being shown in some places, especially over here. So, I'm not sure, when you guys get to see this exactly. But if I get the details, I'll definitely pass that on. But yeah, I think if, like I said, if the elderly kind of creep you out and so forth, um, this might be a film for you. Like I said, maybe some jump scares, but you're definitely just gonna have to be very patient with it. I say, maybe her nightmares or visions or whatever, the young daughters, is probably gonna be where more of the action, more of the scariness is gonna happen, until we get to kind of that final act, and they're gonna be very patient in getting there. And then you're going to, kind of like me, hopefully see that there's a lot more going on here than you think. But yeah, it'll get interesting there in the end, in case you're wondering. So you're just gonna have to wait for it and be patient. I know, sometimes my patience does wear out, but I was okay. I guess, when kind of going back and forth between watching in subtitles and just getting it all, it was okay. So with that, I'm gonna give it 3 pools of blood, and that is out of 5. Hopefully you guys get to check that out sooner or later. Again, I don't know the plans off the top of my head, but definitely keep you guys informed as they come available. I know that it's coming out real soon to more audiences. So with that, three pools of blood out of 5. horrorreviews.blogspot.com is where you can find more of my reviews, all of my reviews, recent and going way back. Video and written. I did write at one time, but lots of video reviews now, so you can just like and subscribe if you're interested in the video reviews, like everybody wants you to do. If not, no worries, no problem. But if you do, also check out the shorts, trying to keep you guys informed and have some fun there. And Twitter, Facebook down below as well. Please feel free to reach out to me there. Something you want me to review, look at, talk horror. Let's do it there. That's fine. Or even in the comment section below. If the elderly freaks you out in any way, or you have any freaky elderly stories about how they scared you, or other elderly type movies that you think others should see, feel free to include that down there. And of course, when you see the movie, feel free to throw in your comments. So with that, I guess I will catch you in the next review, horror fans.